Hi, this is Michael Payne, just back from Paris, where I spent the last 3.5 weeks for what was my 22nd Olympic Games. That's summer and winter before anybody starts doing the mental arithmetic. Paris, expectations. I mean, they exceeded anything I could imagine and really brought the Olympic Games back to the forefront with a massive reboot to the Olympic brand. It was a combination of factors. It was the stage, the incredible backdrop against the historical buildings where they turned all of Paris into a sports venue. They brought the magic back into the games, not just the rings on the Eiffel Tower, but the cauldron. I mean, for me, possibly the greatest Olympic cauldron we'd ever seen. And every night you would see over 250,000 people convene to see the balloon rise up into the sky. Surprises, the ticketing system. I thought that was going to be a high risk. The first time ever we'd seen digital tickets being used at the Olympic Games with a dynamic barcode. You know, if that went down, if that was hacked, that was going to create, a real challenge. But it worked perfectly. So overall, high praise to the Paris Organizing Committee and the IOC for delivering. Back of house, yeah, there were a few misses. I mean, perhaps the most surprising of all was the food. Paris had really hyped the quality of their food. Everybody expected there to be incredible food. In the athletes' village, the food was not good, and a lot of the teams had to make alternative plans. In the Olympic family lounges, I mean, the food was awful. Probably good because it means you could go on a good diet for the 3 weeks at the Games. The other sort of surprise was maybe the traffic app that we were all using to get around Paris. Even after 3 weeks, it didn't work. You were better off taking out your Google map and navigating. But if those are the only problems, we'll take them any time because they were spectacular games and well needed after the challenges of Tokyo with COVID and Rio with its disorganization. Second question, what was the innovation? For me, first and foremost, it was bringing the magic back. The Olympic Games are nothing without magic. There's just another sports event. And so whether it was the cauldron, the Champions Parade, the innovation in venue entertainment, that's what helped to make the Olympics different. One innovation that I am not so sure it was a good idea, or the innovation's a good idea, but the way it was executed in Paris, no. And that's the whole question of sponsor product placement. The Olympics are unique and special because of it's the clean venue concept, something that we really fought to maintain to ensure that the stage was focused on the sport and the athlete and not distracted by advertising. Should there be appropriate, authentic product placement? Yes. But the way that LVMH got effectively a 2-minute commercial filming inside their factory in the opening ceremony, the Samsung phones for the selfies on the medal stand, for me that's a red line. There should be no commercialization whatsoever on the medal stand, because once you let that genie out of the bottle, where do you stop? And the IOC fights hard to ensure that there is no political statement on the stands, on the medal stands, and I think all of that needs to be revisited. Otherwise it will be completely out of control in LA. And that leads me to Los Angeles. I mean, those back in 1984 were my very first Olympic Games, and so I have fond memories. I mean, everybody's running around now saying, well, how will LA compete with Paris? They don't have the backdrop and buildings that Paris had, and of course they don't, and that's not the way they're going to compete. But this is Hollywood. This is a focus on innovation, and I have no doubt that LA will bring a new thinking, new energy to the Olympics in the same way Peter Uberoth did in 1984. I think the potential of what they can do in the experience around the venues, on the in-venue entertainment, on the presentation of the sport, I think that has got tremendous scope and potential, and a place where, you know, LA can really make its mark and take the Olympic movement forward. So I hope everybody enjoyed Paris, and see you in Milan and then LA. Bye.